Picture this: powerful cities teeming with life, brimming with innovation, surrounded by towering structures and sophisticated technologies. Suddenly, within what seems like the blink of an eye, they vanish. Ancient cities crumble, leaving only ruins in their wake. The people once thriving simply disappear. Why do civilizations fall so suddenly? Today we're uncovering one of history's most perplexing mysteries, the abrupt collapse of ancient societies like the Mayans, the Old Kingdom of Egypt and the Indus Valley. These weren't just simple towns, they were highly advanced civilizations with complex social structures, thriving economies and astonishing cultural achievements. So what went wrong? Let's dive into the rise and fall of these ancient worlds and explore the forces that led to their mysterious downfall. First, let's travel back to Mesoamerica, where the Maya civilization flourished. The Mayans were remarkable astronomers, mathematicians, and architects. They built vast city-states filled with pyramids and intricate sculptures. For centuries, their society thrived, reaching new heights in the arts, sciences, and agriculture. But by around the 9th century, Mayan cities began to decline mysteriously. Entire city-states were abandoned, and a once powerful empire fragmented and vanished. Now, let's shift to Egypt. The Old Kingdom, also known as the Age of the Pyramids, was an era of immense prosperity and architectural feats. The Great Pyramid of Giza, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, was built during this time. But despite their advancements, this period came to a sudden halt. Internal strife, famine, and weakening centralized power paved the way for a chaotic collapse. And then there's the Indus Valley civilization. Known for its urban planning and advanced water systems, the Indus people built cities like Harappa and Mohenjo-daro that remain architectural marvels. But around 1900 BCE, this great civilization too declined, with cities abandoned almost overnight. Possible causes of collapse: environmental factors. Let's start with the environment. Many of these civilizations faced periods of severe drought, which had devastating impacts on agriculture, the backbone of any society. For instance, studies of ancient lake beds in Mesoamerica indicate a prolonged drought during the Mayan collapse. This scarcity of resources may have led to conflicts over what little was left, destabilizing once prosperous societies. In Egypt, shifting patterns of the Nile River affected agriculture, leading to food shortages. In a society heavily dependent on the Nile's annual flooding for crop irrigation, any change in this rhythm was catastrophic. For the Indus Valley, changing monsoon patterns might have made it impossible to sustain large agricultural outputs, forcing people to abandon cities. Beyond nature, these civilizations faced internal issues. Social inequality, political struggles, and economic divides created a fragile environment. In the Mayan civilization, evidence suggests that as the ruling elite demanded more from their people, resentment grew. When drought struck, the lower classes may have revolted against leaders who couldn't provide solutions. Egypt's Old Kingdom also fell prey to social unrest. Records from this period reveal stories of rebellions and power struggles among provincial leaders, weakening the central authority and fragmenting the kingdom into smaller, competing territories. Of course, no civilization exists in isolation. External threats, like invasions, played a role in the downfall of several societies. In the case of the Indus Valley, some theories suggest that invasions from neighboring groups might have contributed to its decline. And in the case of the Egyptians, foreign invasions later became a recurring theme as Egypt faced threats from the Hittites, Assyrians, and others. Finally, poor leadership and governance decisions can amplify crises. The Indus Valley's rigid class structure and lack of centralized rule may have made it difficult to respond swiftly to environmental changes or threats. In Mesoamerica, Mayan rulers focused on expanding their power and prestige, often neglecting the needs of their people until it was too late. Thanks to modern archaeology and science, we have more tools than ever to investigate these collapses. Soil analysis and ancient DNA offer clues about crop health, diets, and even the diseases that may have swept through these populations. For example, tree rings show evidence of severe droughts during the Mayan decline, and new climate records reveal droughts in Egypt during the Old Kingdom's fall. In the Indus Valley, excavations show signs of urban decline, such as abandoned streets and signs of malnutrition in human remains. These pieces of evidence help us piece together the complex story of how societies responded or failed to respond to various challenges. As we look at the reasons behind these collapses, we can't help but wonder, are there lessons for us today? Climate change, resource depletion, social inequality, and political conflict are all issues facing modern societies. Are we headed down a similar path? Ancient civilizations collapsed because they couldn't adapt to changes, both environmental and social. Today, we have technology and science, but we still face the challenge of making sustainable choices. What we learn from the past could very well shape our future. Can we learn to spot the warning signs early enough? And more importantly, will we act on them? So why did ancient civilizations collapse so suddenly? From environmental catastrophes and resource scarcity to social divides and external threats, these societies were pulled apart by a perfect storm of challenges. While each civilization's story is unique, they all faced a similar fate because they couldn't adapt to the rapid changes in their world. If history has taught us anything, it's that every society, no matter how powerful, is vulnerable. But perhaps by studying these collapses, we can avoid making the same mistakes. If you enjoyed unraveling history's mysteries with us, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into the past.